What really got me into this and what struck me is this trauma-informed care discussion. And it started with a young man coming into my office. He had just gotten out of prison. He spent 2 years in juvenile facilities, 2 years in prison. And I asked him what he did. He said he was hungry. I said, no, what crime did you commit? And he said, I was hungry. I said, so what happened? He said his father was in prison, his mother was on drugs, had brothers and sisters who were in gangs or were selling drugs, and he really hadn't eaten in a week. Someone gave him $5. He gets to school, and you know how young people are. His stomach's growling. They're making fun of him. He's embarrassed. He ditches class, goes to Taco Bell. As he's reaching for his taco, a hand comes over and grabs him. You know, like anybody, if somebody's trying to take your food, you know what you do. You protect your food. He swung back and hit a police officer square in the face and broke his nose. For that, they threw the book at him. And that poor young man, instead of somebody sitting with him and asking him what was wrong, what was his problem, they would have found out he was just hungry. He didn't mean to hit that officer in the face. He didn't mean that he would to be in that position he was in. And for that, he spent 2 years in juvenile facility, 2 years in prison. And when I said to him, so you kind of experienced like what they do in the war, post-traumatic stress disorder. And he said to me, no, brother, I experienced post-traumatic street disorder. Because what happens in the street is much worse than what happens in Afghanistan, Iraq. So we put together a resolution to talk about post-traumatic street disorder. This $37 million is the start of us actually going out and dealing with the symptoms and the causes, not dealing with the results of what goes on when they get to prison, when they're in mental facilities, when they're on drugs. Let's stop it at the front, because if we close the school-to-prison pipeline, it will be amazing.